And this is episode number 2 of the Deadlift Show here with Ryan. I'm your host, going to go over volume and the purpose of volume and how I view things. Everyone's individual situation is different. I will tell you my reason for doing lots of volume in this training cycle, or training day, I should say, for deadlifts, is I want to emphasize improving my work capacity. It's really important. One of the things I'm beginning to notice that as I've been kind of messing around with RPE scales and RTS training system sort of, and just getting a feel for like how many reps I have in the tank and just feeling that out, cardiovascularly I'm finding that I'm having some issues. I really feel like my cardiovascular, or lack thereof, is affecting my ability to judge, my ability to determine if I am actually have one left in the tank. And it seems like if I have one left in the tank, 2 left in the tank, it's only because I'm out of gas, not because of strength. And because of my heavy breathing, it really fucks up my ability to essentially take a deep breath in to brace properly. Another thing too that I'm doing is I'm also doing some beltless training. I want to strengthen my spinal erectors, practice my foreman technique, and continue to improve my grooving. I do a set of 5 with 365, and I followed up with another 4 sets of 5 with 405, and then I do one more set of 4 with a belt. I think beltless training is really important for building overall strength. I think training with a belt has its own set of issues in its own, because if you're not used to training with a belt, especially if you are a conventional puller like me, one of the biggest issues is that when you wear a belt, it actually makes it a little bit harder to pull. Even though essentially, if you think about it, the belt actually helps you stay more rigid, of course, but it gives you some error room in case you get out of position, and then you can kind of grind away with your lower back, getting away with some form issues and allow your belt to help you out. But although it helps you as you begin to kind of lose form and you get the round over, one of the things that wearing a belt does is it affects your mobility, makes it difficult to get into a tight spot to allow your hamstrings and glutes to get in the optimal position to get those hamstrings and glutes to fire properly. That nice section where you get that good hip flexion without the lower back rounding, of course, and that's really, really important. One of my other things too that I'm focusing on is just trying to dial in my technique, because even though I've been doing a lot of kind of powerlifting, getting ready for a heavy single, as you know, my goal is to deadlift 600 pounds by the end of the year. I actually want to do it on a gym bar, not in a meet. Lots of different reasons for that, but one of my main reasons is the Texas bar helps quite a bit. I'm not sure if I can actually pull 573 from the ground. I don't know if I can pull 573 from the ground on a stiffer bar. That deadlift bar really does make a difference, get you in an ideal leverage position. Another thing too is I want to be able to get really good with deadlifting 500 pounds. You can see how I'm obviously showing you that I'm strong enough to deadlift 405 with essentially almost no fatigue, it seems like. Of course I feel miserable because it is a lot of reps, a lot of more reps than I'm used to. But again, like I said before, the key thing is finding that perfect groove. And if you think about it, I did a total of 6 sets with 5 repetitions. Geez, that's 30 sets or 30 repetitions. And each time I'm grooving. I'm trying to find that right spot, hitting my shin at the right time, getting that proper hip flexion, getting that good arch, that braced abs, and essentially getting myself in the ideal position to launch my hamstrings and glutes, to fire them. And just like I talked in my previous episode, I talked about being able to get into that perfect spot. You can see how that repetition just flew up right there with the belt, because this belt really does make a difference. And then after that, I just fatigue out. It's kind of crazy how you can degrade quite a bit. The key thing is being able to bring the bar into your body. I think one thing that you want to consider too when it comes to working on volume is picking a weight that is appropriate, not too heavy, not too light. And my biggest recommendation is to stay in the mid-70s. I think when you're doing lots of volume, like repetitions like I am, anything more than 80% is definitely going to fry you and make you use more of your lower back because you can't get into the right position. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.